Look at your phones. I'm pretty sure everyone has one. It's basically a really important part of our lives right now, during this age, because we're in the age of technology. We use this for everything. We're taking photos, recording our lives, setting up alarms for our work. But what happens when we change our phone, or when we trash some kind of technology? Does it get reused? Many people do not know that, and this is why we're trying to expose. This is what we're trying to expose in this essay. We're trying to say that e-trash causes many negative effects in the environment and in the society, mainly in those, but obviously in many others. The term of electronic waste can be defined as electronics that are nearing the end of their useful life, whether it's home appliances, cell phones, or any kind of technology like iPads. Once they are nearing the point in which they become useless, it's considered e-trash because it cannot be used anywhere anymore. The uses that it was built for are obsolete. This e-trash causes serious environmental damage because the way it's disposed is not the best, because people rather not dispose of it correctly, or rather not recycle its parts because it's either too expensive or too hard to recycle them. The main problem of e-trash is that people do not use the devices to their up to the maximum of their life. They just use them until they want to. If you use all devices until the maximum of their useful life, or until they run out of usefulness, then you're going to cause a really good change. But many people just, a new cell phone comes out and they buy it and they trash their old cell phone. Or you find a new TV that is bigger and better and you have money to pay it, you buy that one and you trash the other one. That's what happens. And also, companies should also be aware of this, because companies are the ones that manufacture these products, and they obviously manufacture them with built-in obsolescence, which means that every product you buy, every product they manufacture has some certain life or certain lifespan, which means that they have certain years planned for that to work and then break or then become useless. Cell phones, whether they plan it for it to work for 5 years or 6 years until the point that they become useless, they break, or they either just stop functioning. Let's say about TVs. TVs have a lifespan of, let's say, 10 years. Once they cross those 10 years, the TVs might start malfunctioning or just shutting down completely. That's what built obsolescence is, and that's really bad because companies are not really using the technology or the components that these technological devices have to the utmost. They're just using them for you to buy more to get more money, which is damaging many other kinds of aspects of the world. The accumulation of e-trash causes environmental uses that are not really that common. The most obviously one, or that people do not really know, is air pollution. Many people think that air pollution is about cars and the cows in the overproduction of cows, but that's not it. Many of the air pollution comes from not really recycling correctly products. Not only e-trash, but also plastic and other kinds of products. But e-trash contributes to this problem because when it's recycled, some nocive chemicals are released into the atmosphere that can harm the people recycling it and the atmosphere or the environment near it. Since e-trash is born in open sky, it harms the surrounding with all the components it releases. Besides, the soil is affected because it absorbs the minerals the ashes of the burnt trash left, harming it and leaving it infertile, which cannot produce any more kind of crops, and which wide backyards, which are basically the places where the e-trash is accumulated, become the living of many people in some kind of countries like China, Nigeria, India, and Pakistan, because 80% of the whole trash of the world end up in those three countries. In some communities which daily life consists on recycling those or scavenging those e-trash so that they can earn money, but this is not really good for them because this kind of non-equipped kind of recycling or non-skilled causes really hazardous damage to both them and the environment, because most of 50% or 80% of the teenagers in China and Philippines find work not in other places but recycling e-trash that is sent from America and other kinds of places. They, in study made by a certain association in the Philippines in a university in conjunction, it was found out that teenagers over 15 and 17 years have a risk of having higher levels of lead in their blood, which causes really hazardous health issues and can be deadly. This is really bad because the communities are really affected, changing their whole lifestyle into just surrounding the e-trash and just recycling it, as well as affecting their health. We do not take the necessary protections with this because these people do not recycle the material in the worst way possible, because they don't have the instruments necessary that are necessary to recycle the e-trash in its best manner. In this way, they're just recycling the e-trash and releasing chemicals that harm the environment and harm themselves. They just produce further problems, and the countries themselves are allowing this to happen because they are the ones that ship the e-trash to other countries. In conclusion, e-trash causes serious environmental damage due to its inability to decompose over time, because the materials of it's mainly made out of heavy metals. They are pollutants as well because they take so much time to break down from natural means that they harm the wildlife and the environment and the ecosystems. In addition, the disposal of e-trash does not help at all towards the problems of pollution and unhealthy environments, because they harm both the social life and the health of the peoples and the ecosystems around them.